Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Steelers TJ Watt falls short, Myles Garrett secures Defensive Player of the Year award. The race for the 2023 Associated Press Defensive Player of the Year, DPOY, concluded on Thursday with Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett securing the prestigious honor, leaving Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker TJ Watt as the runner-up. During the NFL Honors Show, the Associated Press unveiled Garrett as the recipient of the DPOY award, marking his standout contributions in the 2023 season. Watt, a two-time nominee and previous winner, fell short in his bid for a second title. Garrett faced stiff competition from fellow finalists, including Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons, Dallas Cowboys cornerback Darren Bland, and Las Vegas Raiders defensive end Max Crosby. According to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, Garrett secured the top spot with 165 total points, 25 points ahead of Watt, who secured the second position. Parsons finished third in the voting. In response to the outcome, Watt took to Twitter and said, "Nothing I am not used to." Watt's stellar 2023 season showcased his defensive prowess, leading the league with 19 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, 68 tackles, and a defensive touchdown. This marked the third time in Watt's 7-year career that he led the league in sacks, adding to his impressive tally of 36 quarterback hits. Myles Garrett showcased his own stellar stats, tallying 14 sacks, 17 tackles for loss, 30 quarterback hits, and 42 tackles. Garrett's well-rounded contributions caught the attention of voters and ultimately secured his victory. The 2023 DPOY award adds to Garrett's accolades, following his recognition as the 2023 Pro Football Writers of America Defensive Player of the Year. Garrett's consistent performance has made him the sole active NFL player with 10 or more sacks in each of the past 6 seasons. While Watt missed out on the top defensive honor, he previously secured the AP Defensive Player of the Year title after the 2021 season. Watt's contributions were also recognized last month when he was named the 2023 NFL 101 Awards AFC Defensive Player of the Year, chosen by a national selection committee, and voted MVP by his teammates for the 4th time. Browns star Myles Garrett draws 5-word message from Steelers TJ Watt. Pittsburgh Steelers star TJ Watt was not too happy about losing Defensive Player of the Year to Cleveland Browns pass rusher Myles Garrett. Garrett hauled in his first DPOY honor on Thursday night, edging Watt 165 to 140 in the voting. The powerful Browns star received 23 of 50 first-place votes to Watt's 19. Watt was not in attendance, but delivered a strong message on social media after the award was announced. "Nothing I'm not used to," Watt said. Watt won the award in 2021 and has been a finalist multiple times. He had a case for his second honor. Watt had an NFL-best 19 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, and an interception. While Watt didn't agree, Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons, another finalist, backed Garrett for the award. Parsons responded to a tweet that called the voting a rigged job. "Horrible take. Myles was the better player." Parsons tweeted. "Reality of the situation. Myles faced way more double teams and effect on QBs. Fans, please stop looking at stats and look at film, please." Garrett made his presence consistently felt this season, despite playing through a shoulder injury during the back half of the season. He finished with 30 quarterback hits, 14 sacks, and 17 tackles for loss. While accepting his award, Garrett promised something bigger next season, hinting that his goal is the Super Bowl. "To the city of Cleveland, this one's for you," Garrett said. "We're going to be bringing home something bigger next time." Garrett spearheaded the defensive turnaround for the Browns. Under new defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, who won Assistant Coach of the Year, the Cleveland defense was ferocious. The Browns led the league in total defense, allowing just 270.2 yards per game. However, things went awry in the postseason. The Houston Texans picked apart the Browns unit on the way to a 45-14 victory. Garrett was contained, registering just 2 tackles and no sacks. "We got beat," Garrett said after the loss. "We were outcoached, undermanned, and outgunned. The game wasn't that far away from us. It was all about the execution, Garrett continued. Speaking as a defensive player, I know we could have executed a lot better. The Browns leaders gushed about Garrett after he was named the winner. Browns general manager Andrew Berry expects more hardware on Garrett's mantle by the time he calls it a career. 49ers could win $23 million in mixed results free agent gamble. The 49ers' Chase Young has endured what can only be called a strange season, starting with the underwhelming Commanders, and then reaching the doorstep of the 2024 Super Bowl with the 49ers following a trade deadline deal to bring him to San Francisco. Of all the guys who fancy being here for Sunday's 49ers Chiefs showdown, Young might be at the top of the list. This is definitely an experience you can't put into words, one of those games you dream of going to as a kid. You never know if you'll get there. There are people who have been in the league for over 10 years and have never watched this game. But there's definitely a great atmosphere here, Young said. There's a broader issue with Young as well. That involves what happens to him after the Super Bowl, when he hits free agency after playing for a team that brought him in for what many assumed would be a short-term stay. Or maybe not. According to Pro Football Focus, despite an up-and-down season even after his arrival in San Francisco, there may be a desire to keep Young in place and see if a full season with the team unlocks Young's talent. Young is, according to the site, the 49ers' best candidate for a franchise contract this offseason. It wouldn't be cheap, and that's something GM John Lynch would have to seriously consider. The projected value of a tagged defensive end, according to Spotrac, is $20.2 million. According to OvertHecap.com, the value is $23.3 million. It's a one-year commitment if the 49ers choose to go that route, which would give the team some time to make a more thorough assessment of whether Young is worthy of a long-term contract. But it's a serious bet, even in the short term. That would be an overpayment on the 49ers' part, at least according to projections. Spotrac analyzed Young's projected value on his next contract and signed him to a one-year deal worth $13 million. And on PFF's free agent board, which has Young ranked 28th overall, he has a one-year contract worth $15 million. If that is truly the market value for Young, then giving him a franchise tag wouldn't make much sense. However, this would allow the 49ers to keep him in place with longtime friend and mentor Nick Bosa without him trading elsewhere. As PFF wrote, the 49ers traded a future third-round pick for Young and the results were mixed. Still, the 49ers may not want to lose the asset and decide to keep him for another year. Young is just 24 years old and is now a year removed from injury in 2022. There's still a lot of talent here, but it remains to be seen if the 49ers are willing to invest that much cap space in their number 2 spot. Edge rusher. Bosa, of course, is the highest-paid defensive player in NFL history after signing a 5-year, $170 million contract with the 49ers last year. He played with Young at Ohio State, and Young certainly saw the value in sticking with his old Buckeye teammate. He also realized the value of being with an organization like the 49ers that has him on the brink of being a champion. I definitely stopped and just sat down. Know where I am, I'm in big trouble. Simply truly blessed. Everything I've been through, I'm ready to play, Young said. Young is referring to the torn ACL he suffered as a rookie, the injury that limited him to just 12 games in 2021 and 2022. That injury may be the only reason why Young, a Pro Bowler as a rookie, is not an accurate shooter. Big money free agent this winter. He holds no bitterness about it, however. It's part of life, man, it's part of the game. You're going to get that, it's all how you respond, Young said at his media availability this week. No one really imagines that they will get hurt or that bad things will happen in life. But we all know that it's part of life and that bad things will happen, but what matters is how you react to adversity. I'm not stopping anytime soon. If Chase Young become a free agent, the Steelers are interested in his hiring. And you fan, what do you think of the Chase Young situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.